It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Sunday, the 9th of March. I'm Michael Groff. It'll be another beautiful day out there today. Temperatures a bit warmer than yesterday. We'll see a continued warming trend into tomorrow, but then active weather coming back for the rest of the week with a couple of opportunities for rain across the state and, of course, snow up north as well. Along with that, we'll see breezy to windy conditions and cooler temperatures. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of questions as to where, when, how much precipitation there will be, how cool it will get. We will talk about all of it as we dive on in. Plus, a little bonus coverage of a potential severe weather threat later this week that I'm sure some of you have seen popping up across social media for Friday and Saturday. So yeah, we'll get to all of that too as we dive on in. First, the almanac from yesterday. What a gorgeous day. 68 degrees the afternoon high, 47 the morning low. Hope you got out there and enjoyed it. 76 and 53 are the averages for this time of year. Outside now, just after 9 o'clock, sunny sky, 57 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points 34, humidity 41%, the wind's light, the barometer 30.26 inches and rising. Satellite out here across the west, and you can see high pressure is firmly in control across the southwest. That weather system that came through here and brought the unsettled weather Thursday night and Friday, it is off to the east now and bringing some strong storms potentially to parts of the southeast U.S. But for us, things are quiet. They will remain so today, tomorrow, and maybe even into the early hours of Tuesday. The watch warning map. We do have some red flag warnings up north. Again, the potential of some wildfires, low humidity, dry conditions, windy weather. Oh yeah, all of that comes together for that possibility. And again, some severe storms possible in the southeast U.S. as defined here by the SPC. On the convective outlook, that marginal risk, level 1 out of 5, parts of South Georgia, North Florida. The strongest storms there could produce wind gusts to 58 miles per hour or greater, and maybe some hail as well. And then let me show you this. We'll set the stage for what we're going to get into later in the video. This is the day 6 outlook from SPC, and it does define a risk of severe storms from around the Sabine Pass, the Gulf Coast, up to southeast Iowa and much of Illinois, just southwest of Chicago. And certainly there is a legit potential of severe weather there. But probably some of you have seen the posts about this will be a generational severe weather outbreak, and I've never seen a low pressure system this strong, and all of that. Well, again, we'll get to all the noise and all the hype and all of that in a moment. But first, here's the precipitation outlook around here. This is valid through next Sunday morning. Rain amounts in Phoenix, anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch. Heavier totals found up north. And we will take a look at that as well as we dive on in, check out the models, see what the future may hold. Here we go. This is the GFS. It is the 06Z run, and it's valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. High pressure is in control right now here across the southeast. And that low that affected us, well, it is well off to the east now, moving into Louisiana and points eastward along the Gulf Coast. So what it means for us down at the surface for the rest of the day today, sunny sky, gorgeous, a bit warmer than yesterday though, highs in the mid, maybe even upper 70s, just delightful. And that's about where we ought to be for this time of year, realistically speaking as well. Tonight, clear sky. Overnight lows will drop mainly into the 40s to low 50s, and then tomorrow. We are mostly sunny. We are warmer. High temperatures low, maybe even middle 80s, and this is likely to be the warmest day that we experience in this forecast period. With a low pressure looming off to the west, that will begin to scoot eastward as we go into Tuesday. So this is Tuesday afternoon, and I think actually much of the day on Tuesday may turn out to be dry here. We will see increasing clouds through the day, but the chance of rain probably holds off until the afternoon hours as models continue to slow down the progression of this system as it comes on in. So as a result, we'll say increasing clouds becoming mostly cloudy by Tuesday afternoon. High temperatures will still probably get to at least the mid 70s before the chance of rain comes in by the afternoon. Now, with this slightly slower progression of this, it means that the best dynamics don't arrive here until later on in the evening hours. So that's going to reduce the risk of thunder, although we will still put the possibility of some thunder showers in there by Tuesday evening. But for the most part, showers, isolated thunderstorms coming in by late in the afternoon and the evening hours on Tuesday. And by Tuesday night, that threat should be with us. But the chance of thunder will pretty much diminish after sunset as we lose the thermodynamic support. This is 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning, and you can see that band of rain coming through off the GFS, and that's probably the way this is going to go down as the system is slower. So we still have a decent shot at rain in here. In fact, we're still putting the chance of rain up in the 70 to 80% bracket, so it's pretty much a near categorical likelihood that we're going to see precipitation rather similar to what we saw on Friday, probably anywhere from a quarter to a half inch. And if there are any isolated thunderstorms, that could obviously produce locally heavier amounts of precipitation. And of course, the favored upslope areas north and east of Phoenix will likely experience more precipitation than that. But that system will move east. The rest of the day on Wednesday looks partly sunny. There could still be some isolated showers around. We're kind of between systems, but there might just be enough moisture around, and with the heat of the day, we could spark off a shower or two during the afternoon. We'll have to see. But for the most part, the day on Wednesday looks fairly quiet with high temperatures in the upper 60s to low 70s. All right, but now here comes our next system. It is much more potent. It is colder, and it's still going to have a decent amount of moisture with it too. So on Thursday, we'll see once again increasing clouds, a chance of showers in the morning. The best chance of rain probably comes in the afternoon hours with this. Once more, there may be some isolated thunderstorms. We don't have that in the forecast at this point, but I would not be surprised to see some thunder in here with this. And so high temperatures on Thursday, they're going to drop off once again back toward the 60s. Now, there's some other question marks with this system. It's a very cold trough for this time of year, so much so that the snow levels are really going to start to drop by Thursday night. In fact, probably down to about the 3,500 foot level. And so rain will still be likely Thursday night here, but maybe in the far northern portions of Maricopa County, maybe all the way down to the tops of the McDowell Mountains up around 4,000 feet, Thompson Peak and some of those adjacent areas, you might actually see a few snowflakes. That is not out of the question because of how cold the air is with this system. So we will mention a few snow showers in the forecast above 3,500 feet here in south central Arizona. And those lows on Thursday night will drop probably in the mid and upper 30s in the coldest spots, 40s elsewhere. Now let's talk about Friday. Now that system's going to begin to move east. It's going to go out into the plain states. This is the upper look. This is the 500 millibar look. And there's been a lot of talk about Friday being a major severe weather day on social media. And I've never seen a storm like this and all that kind of hype and hoopla and nonsense. It's March, and in the month of March, we see these kinds of systems happen a lot. And there will no doubt, if the system plays out as advertised, there will no doubt be at least a chance of some severe storms, absolutely. But this is not a classic supercell kind of long track violent tornado look as it is shown right now. Why won't it be a major severe weather risk? Well, let's show you here. Looking at the wind fields and the vorticity with this, the deepest dynamic support with this will be right around the low center. The low is taking on a negative tilt as it comes out toward the plain states, but that tilt becomes increasingly negative with respect to meridional orientation here. You want to see about a 20 to 45 degree tilt, negative tilt angle if you're going to see the possibility of supercells and these long track violent tornadoes and that sort of thing. The tilt on this will be coming up toward 80 and 90 degrees. It'll be almost parallel meridionally. So in that respect, the wind fields, the deepest diffluent flow, the best diffluent flow will be immediately east of that low center. So with that in mind, you would say, well, then obviously the best chance of severe storms will be just to the east of that low center across parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and Minnesota. But the problem is that the air at the surface is much cooler up there. And while we will probably see some thunder, perhaps getting into parts of Iowa and Nebraska. Severe weather is not expected there, at least not on a broad scale, maybe across southeast Iowa, because again, the air is probably going to be too cold to support it there. The wind fields would, but the surface temperatures and the thermodynamics just don't support the possibility of severe weather. So, and then you think, well, maybe to the south and east, but the wind fields on the south side of this low and on the southeast side are mostly unidirectional. The shear is unidirectional. So we don't have the veering of the wind with altitude that we would classically look for the possibility of long track violent tornadoes. Now, that being said, unidirectional shear is still very favorable for a QLCS, what we call a quasi-linear convective system, a line of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could become severe. And within that line, there could be a few isolated tornadoes. So there is still a risk of severe weather. It just won't be the classic multi-state supercell severe weather outbreak with these long track tornadoes. In fact, or more likely, it will be this line of thunderstorms, which, of course, the biggest risk from that will be strong, damaging, straight line winds, large hail, and yes, a few tornadoes. We're not saying there won't be any tornadoes with this. We're just saying that the hype, the social media, the amateur meteorologists out there that, you know, the wannabes are going to tell you that this is going to be a generational type event. No, still something to be concerned about. Don't let your guard down. We're not saying that it's not going to happen. We're saying that the way it's going to happen is more of a front that's going to sweep across the area. It should, you know, we'll see that moving eastward by Friday, really from southeast Texas and Louisiana northward up toward eastern Iowa and Illinois. And so we look at the synoptic picture here, and you can see that's pretty much what's going to happen. We'll start to see showers and thunderstorms develop Friday in southeast Texas, Louisiana, and points northward with that deep low. It is a very deep low, no question about that. But, you know, you need the right ingredients. You need the proper wind fields. There's a lot of ingredients that have to come together to create those supercell type storms, those long track violent tornado type setups that we see this time of the year. And this is just not that kind of setup. This is more of a bow echo kind of setup. So that is what we're looking at there. Now, for us here in Arizona and in Phoenix on Friday, that's what you're probably wondering about. Well, again, a chance of showers. We're on the backside of this low, and yes, it is rapidly deepening, so we might just see a few showers wrapping around the backside of this. So we'll watch for that on Friday, at least a slight chance of showers, and high temperatures will likely only be in the upper 50s and low 60s. Some very good cold air advection is on the backside of this low. So we'll see breezy to windy conditions with this also, especially in northern Arizona. I expect some very strong winds across much of the Southwest and the Rockies, and obviously the Plain States. This will be a major wind producer if it plays out as shown here. Let's go to Saturday, and again, you can see a strong cold front is going to be developing with this. So again, the potential of strong and severe storms lining up from really probably the Ohio Valley, south and eastward into the southeast U.S., progressing eastward. But look where the low center is. I mean, that low is up across northern Minnesota, so the wind fields for really good supercell development just aren't going to be there. This is going to be more, again, of a frontal type system with a line of showers and thunderstorms that will come through instead of the discrete cells. All right. And for us, next Saturday looks quiet. High temperatures will be warming back into the 60s to near 70. Here's a week from today. This is Sunday, the 16th of March. We've got another trough lining up to the north and west of us. Now, we are quiet in this scenario for next Sunday. High temperatures likely close to seasonal averages, probably getting back to around the low to mid 70s or so. But then by Monday, the 17th, that trough is making its way in here. Not quite as strong as the system that comes in on Thursday and into Friday, but still a fairly cold upper trough, and that's going to result in cooler temperatures and a chance of rain potentially coming in here by Monday the 17th. And same holds true for Tuesday the 18th, as this trough looks like it's going to hang back and move very slowly east-southeast across the area. So it's going to take a while for us to get that out of here. And so as a result, much of the rest of this forecast period will be seeing temperatures at or below average. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix. This comes off of the GFS ensemble. And it looks like the ensemble mean about a half an inch here. And this goes out, by the way, through the 23rd of the month. European ensemble, again, out through the 23rd. The ensemble mean is close to an inch. So the Euro is definitely favoring a wetter solution, which it often does. And it does look like there will at least be 2 opportunities for precipitation, possibly even a third, way out there toward about 10 days. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. What a roller coaster. We'll get up in the 80s for tomorrow, but then high temperatures dropping back maybe in the low 60s by Friday. And it is possible that that system may produce another day where it's just raw and cold and temperatures hold in the 50s much of the day for Friday, Thursday or Friday. So we'll see. But obviously below average temperatures. Then we'll warm it up, obviously, thereafter. And we will see what happens with that follow-up system by about the 17th of March. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Almost forgot what day it was. If you enjoy these videos, then be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really like what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube and make those monetary contributions to us. Or you can donate directly via PayPal. groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. The executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my one and only, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle, check her out. Check out her blogs, videos, everything Michelle and Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description. Also linked up is our streaming station. It's available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun with that. So give that a listen, either via the links in the description, or you can go directly to kmgx.com and listen that way. Excuse me there. This cough just hangs on. 3 weeks, man. 3 weeks of that. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is so greatly appreciated. Please be safe out there, and you guys have yourselves an absolutely delightful rest of your Sunday.